Right, one question we often get asked is, I've got a Range Rover Sport, the sound system's not very good, how do I know what spec my Sport is and how can I upgrade the sound system while still maintaining a sort of OE original car layout? So this guy's given me his chassis number, which I've put in, and there we go, it gives me all the spec of the car. So he said, can you check what I've got to save him lifting up his seats? Now, we don't offer this as a service, but I'll share with you. So any Land Rover main dealer can do this. You can go to the parts section and it will only show the parts applicable to this vehicle. So where are we? Here we go. So let's go into the body electrics and let's first of all go and have a look at the amplifier he's got. So if I go into the audio system here and pull this up here, so the red ones are not fitted to this vehicle, so it hasn't got all these tricky extra bits. But what it has got is this one here, and this is the amplifier here under the seat here. Interestingly, it shows the steering wheel on the right hand side, when of course in America, where Ricardo is, it's going to be on the left hand side, but we'll ignore that, right? So here it's telling me at the top here that he's got the low line audio system, the 400 watt system, which is the lowest spec one you can get. Okay, so we'll look at that, right? And the other thing we need to look at is, let's go back and look at the speakers. So here's the speakers, and he says, do you think I'll have a subwoofer? Because he's not feeling it. And sure enough, he doesn't. So he hasn't got this dash speaker, he hasn't got the rear speakers there, and he hasn't got, it doesn't even show it, the subwoofer under the seat. So he's just got the 8 speaker system, so the woofer and the tweeter in each door, and you can see here it's got 4 of those, but it's got the really grizzly low spec woofer that's not even the correct size. So right, so he's saying, what can I do? Now I don't know, and I've asked him to have a look, and if anyone can share, if you've got this base spec model, is the connector under the seat ready to take the subwoofer? That would be an interesting thing to know. Right, so what can he do? So first of all, he can upgrade these speakers, and we'll go and have a look, and I'll share the part number so you can get those yourself, from these small speakers to the bigger speakers. The second thing he could do is fit the subwoofer if the speaker connections are there under the seat, and the third thing he can do is upgrade the amp. So let's start by the speakers. So if I go back to the main thing and look straight into the car without specifying a chassis number, I can look at all the parts. So let's go into the body electrics, let's have a look at the speakers, there we go, and let's have a look at the, you see, I think he could go for these speakers here, the Highline speakers here. This one's been superseded, this one's obsolete. If it tells me, it'll tell me what it's gone to, and it's gone to that other one there. So I would recommend people fit this speaker, okay? So you can see that part number there, LR078623. You'll need 4 of those, and the price for those is in pounds, not dollars, £87.61. That's the retail price excluding VAT. So including VAT, the price of those is going to be £105 each. Now you might be able to get them second hand, and this is, if you see them on eBay, this is the engineering number they will have displayed on them. So right, that's the first option you've got for your speakers, and I suspect those speakers are fitted to several vehicles as well. So let me just go back to the start, and if I put that engineering number back into here, it will tell me what other vehicles use that speaker. So you can see it was used in the big Range Rover L405, it was in the Sport, it was in the Discovery 5. So hopefully that will help people. If there's some on eBay, it could come out of any of those vehicles. Right, so that's that. The subwoofer, likewise, you could be able to find one on, let's go back and have a look at what subwoofer we can find. So if we go into the Sport, we'll look at all parts for all vehicles. Bear with me, we'll go body electrics, we will go speakers, and let's have a look at the subwoofer. Here we go. This is the subwoofer here. This one here. Okay, and that's the subwoofer. That hasn't changed part number. So this is the part number you need here, highlighted, for the subwoofer. And this is the part number, the engineering number that will be on the part. And what I'll do is I'll just check again and see if that is used on any other vehicles. So that is the same subwoofer used on the big Range Rover and the Range Rover Sport. So if you find the subwoofer for a Range Rover L495, that will also be there, and that is the engineering number that should be on the label. Okay, right. So that's the amplifiers. Now, amplifiers are a bit trickier but a bit easier. So if you go on eBay and look for an amplifier, what you're looking for is this sticker on the back. And I would recommend going for the premium 16 speaker. Now, although you're only powering the 8 speakers and the subwoofer, this one will drive it, and you won't need to change the software like I've been struggling with on the Evoque. Now, you don't really care, from my experience, which isn't exhaustive, but I've done a few, is ignore all this, and what you're looking at is this AUD3-16. So the base models have like AUD3. AUD3 is the system, and this is the number of speakers, which is proportional to the power output. So you really want an AUD16. If you've got an your original one will probably say AUD38. Okay, so let's have a look at some on eBay and show you what that looks like. So here we go. We're going to eBay here. So if we just pick an amplifier, now these are the wrong shape. These won't have the sticker on. Let's have a look at this one here. This is off a Jaguar XF, interestingly, which will also be. Now, you see that that says, you can see there, let me see if I can get that. That says AUD3-8. So this is the mid-8 system, and that's probably what you're going to have in your car currently. So you don't want that one. So that hopefully helps you with all the connections are the same, the mechanical size is the same. It will look something like that. Right, so that's the amp, that's the subwoofer, and that's the speakers. I will try and put the speakers on our website. I'm going to buy them from Land Rover. You might be able to find bits on eBay. So hopefully that answers the question. And oddly, a lot of people in the US, they seem to have spec'd the US models with the low-grade sound system. I don't know why that is, but most of the questions I get from people with low spec 400 watt low-line systems, 800 watt low-line systems, is from guys in the States. There you go. I've shared what I know-ish. I hope that helps someone. Okay, good luck with that.